genius. You're not a genius for yourself. You're a genius for the world. You're a genius. What you have inside that makes you the genius is not for you. It's something that was put inside you for. That's when they say your purpose. Do you recall? I remember seeing or catching yourself talking to yourself. Has that happened to you before? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever it is, wherever it is you're doing push-ups from, wherever it is you're working out from, whatever time of the day it is. But should be in the morning anyway. You get the healthiest benefit from it. But have you ever caught yourself or somebody gesticulating quietly? Worse still, have you seen somebody sleeping and going? Most of those gesticulations happen to the people that do them. The ones who are awake and those are all expressions trapped inside that are forcing themselves out. You're a speaker. You're not creating content. You're waiting for when you'll be invited on the stage. And there is no stage. Nobody knows you can speak. Nobody knows you can communicate with that level of skill. So all that is trapped inside. And then you find yourself. As soon as you catch yourself doing it, it happens to me. But one time I had Kevin Gates say, he talks to himself. That all geniuses talk to themselves. You're a genius. You're not a genius for yourself. You're a genius for the world. You're a genius. What you have inside that makes you the genius is not for you. It's something that was put inside you for. That's when they say your purpose. So when you are for whatever reason, procrastination, waiting, shyness, thinking about the next person will say, fear of judgment. If for any of those reasons you hold back on what it is you're supposed to be doing, now you're sleeping and you're trying to play a free kick. Sometimes they say the guy is dreaming about free kick. Sometimes he's not dreaming. Sometimes that's a footballer that refused to play football. His father forced him to stay in school, and then the talent that was given to him is now forcing itself out, sometimes without permission. If you know the way you look when you're doing that, when you are awake, that's when people are sleeping and they are gesticulating, probably can be forgiven. They are given all kinds of names. Some people stand up and take a long walk. That's somebody who has been using his car. Your body has been saying, my friend, take a walk, and if you take a walk, you sleep. But that's by the way. The people who are conscious, you're driving and you're going, and people are looking at you like, I don't even know somebody, no people are. If you come out of yourself and see yourself doing that, so that can be scary. You're supposed to be in front of a crowd, talking to them, expressing, gesticulating, explaining. When you do a lot of this, and you take a lot of this out of yourself, when you're in those moments, when you're by yourself, you're tired from over gesticulating, from over expression, from speaking. Now you're resting. So the moment you're not working, you're resting. So in the rested state, you will not. But what's happening is that you refuse to work. So without your permission, the work is coming forward. It's forcing itself out because the work has to be done. You remember those moments when you had an idea and you've not seen the idea anywhere in the world and it looks like a genius idea to you and you didn't do anything about it. Then after 2 weeks, you started noticing the thing that started popping up everywhere. There's nothing special about you and that idea. You had the antenna up and it was given to you. You're supposed to do something about it. But that was the time for the idea. So the idea dropped on you and dropped on your couple of people. The person who was most prepared brought it to life. So if you refuse to allow that thing God puts inside you to find expression. It will find expression without you.